Hello, friends. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Today, I'd like to share about existential crisis. I'll talk about what it is, what causes it, whether it can be a bad or dangerous thing, whether it could be a good thing, and what you can do if you're going through something like that. This video is going to be informative, but also you may be going through this right now, and so I want to be mindful of that. So let's dive in. What is existential crisis? It usually means uh, a sudden lack of meaning, a loss of meaning, and it has different names. It can come by the name of identity crisis or a spiritual crisis that you may have heard of, or a dark night of the soul, or existential angst, or even existential depression. Although I believe that is something that is a little bit different, more prolonged, and something that I would like to talk about in another video. But usually it is where our entire life comes into question and we start asking ourselves or questioning ourselves those fundamental questions. Who am I? What am I doing here? Why am I even here? Moving on to what causes it, or when does this happen? Well, typically I've found that an existential crisis happens when there is a sudden breakdown of meaning. Now, meaning is a very important thing. Meaning gives a purpose to our life. We usually attach a very significant meaning to our close relationships, to our family, to a job that we might have, to a cause that we believe in. And sometimes when this changes or this gets suddenly taken away from us, maybe if it's a relationship that has gone bad or has ended, you go through a breakup or a divorce, if you lose a loved one, or it could even be something more general like a humanitarian crisis, like this COVID pandemic has been. It can bring your entire life into question, and you start wondering why you're even living, because there was so much meaning attached to that thing, and now that thing is no longer there. And so there is an emptiness, a hole, a void. My experience with this has been when I was trying to prepare for a competitive exam in India, IIT JEE, and I gave it my whole energy. It meant everything to me. And then when I realized that I didn't get it, it made me question what I was doing with my life, why I was pursuing the things I did. And I've had many such experiences over time, over the years, um, to do with relationships or um, them going badly, and we'll come to more about me later. The next part is it a bad thing or can it be harmful? Well, the short answer is it can only be bad if you resist it, if you run away from it, if you shame yourself for feeling those things. We often try to escape such difficult emotions, such difficult questions by social media or watching TV shows, or indulging in substances, or maybe even having rebound sex. And that's when it doesn't really go away, because those questions, those deep underlying questions are still there, and um, they're still bothering you inside. So really, the only way is to actually sit with them and work with them. There is a fear of the unknown. We always fear something that we don't know. We have a need for certainty in our life. There is a fear of losing oneself. That if I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing, if I don't have meaning in my life, then that's the end of me. It almost feels like death, like you're dying. And it's understandable because meaning is so important. Now, coming to, can this be a good thing? Well, I strongly believe so. And going back to my personal experience of time and again going into this kind of crisis or despair, it helped crystallize a lot of things in me. It helped me figure out who I really am and what things I really want and what I don't want. And I found that there were so many things in my life that I was doing that I didn't really want. It was to please other people. It was because I thought they might make me happy, or those were the things that other people were chasing. And the sorry, these spells of crisis helped me realize who I really am. And so I'd like to I'd like to open this possibility that the the existential crisis is actually an invitation to go deeper into who you really are, to be more connected with what it means to be me, or who am I, but also for creating or finding new meaning, something that is more deliberate, something that is based on what you feel strongly about, what you want to manifest in your life and in this world. It really is an invitation to growth. And it's also a cleaning of the old, a catharsis of moving away from unwanted people and unwanted behaviors. And now, maybe something that you've been waiting to hear. What should I do if I'm going through an existential crisis? Well, the first thing I would say is, don't be afraid of the unknown. A lot of us get terrified, and with good reason, of something which is totally out of our control. We're afraid of spiraling into this cycle of negativity. And yet, I do believe that staying with it, becoming friends with the darkness, can lead us through to the other side. I invite you to treat yourself the way a dear friend who cares about you would treat you. Be on your own side. Don't shame yourself. Don't judge yourself for it. To own the feelings that you're feeling. If you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling jealousy, resentment, anger, or the place where you are in your life, maybe not where you want it to be, own that. That is who you are. And first, we must accept who we are and where we are before we can move from there. Allow and surrender. And the final thing I would say is, allow yourself to express creatively. It could be through journaling or poetry or drawing or singing or dancing or even an intense workout. Let your body release that energy, and what better than in a constructive way. So I'm going to end this video now. I hope you find it useful. I'm very, very passionate about this subject. I feel very strongly about it, and I'm definitely going to make more videos. So if you're interested in this subject, and if you like this video, please do subscribe, and please do turn on your notifications so that when I share something similar, you're able to access it. Thank you so much for watching, and be well.